So, I've heard the German battlecruiser line is coming to World of Warships Legends. This was first reported to me by TommyBoy601's channel. He's another CC for this game, fantastic source for coverage on leaks and all the latest happenings in the games. If you've never seen him, you should check him out. But now that the cat is out of the bag, I wanted to talk about what to expect of the German battlecruiser line, because it just so happens that I've already grinded that entire line on PC, and I absolutely love it. I've been waiting for it to come to Legends, so I am thrilled to see that it is. Now, the German battlecruiser line is very distinct from the main line of German battleships that we already have in Legends, and you can see the newest one of those in the background here in the form of the FDG. I figured I'd tell you about just exactly how different the German battlecruisers are, but keep in mind that everything I'm going to say is information I've gathered from PC, and things may be different when the line is translated to Legends, but generally speaking, it seems to me that most of the ship lines between PC and Legends share the same sort of core identity. So while stats and the like may be different, I think what I'm about to tell you about the German battlecruisers, generally speaking, is going to be pretty much what you can expect, although this is just all speculation on my part. And you might have noticed, we are now watching not World of Warships Legends, but World of Warships on PC. And the ship you see before you is the Tier 10 German battlecruiser Schlieffen, in a ranked game that I played on PC a few days ago, I think. Now, Schlieffen came to Legends, it would almost certainly be Legendary tier, so it's likely that in terms of tech tree battleships, the Prinz Ruprecht will be at the newly minted Tier 8, and I probably would have shown you some footage of the Ruprecht rather than the Schlieffen, but I've sold the Ruprecht because I am poor as hell in PC and I needed the credits to buy the Schlieffen, so here we are. Anyway, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of it. Keep in mind, this is just general stuff, and things may not quite be the same when the line debuts in Legends, but here's what I think we can expect. The German battlecruiser line is not going to have as robust armor as the main line of German battleships. The battlecruiser line, unlike the main battleship line, does not have turtleback. Now, it does have good armor plating. The armor plating around the citadel is pretty thick, the casemate armor is pretty good, even the deck armor is pretty good, but at the same time, the German battlecruisers, all the way up until Tier 10, have overmatchable bows and sterns. For the Schlieffen specifically, its armor plating on the bow and stern is 27 millimeters. Although it does have a robust icebreaker, 27 millimeters can of course be overmatched by 16-inch guns, so we can expect the German battlecruiser line, I'm sure, to have weak bow and stern plating, although decent armor plating everywhere else, though it may not always feel like that when you get shot at with big caliber guns. However, the German battlecruisers come equipped with the Russian battleship or Soviet battleship damage control consumables, the fast reloading ones with a limited number of charges. Great if you are pushing in and getting set on fire multiple times. You can use the damage control more freely than you can in other battleships. And if you're going to be pushing in, well, you've also got that German sonar with good torpedo detectability range and the trademark good ship detectability range that comes with German sonar. Speaking of torpedoes, you can launch some of your own. These German battlecruisers all up and down the line come with torpedoes. And I don't think these are going to be the 6-kilometer torpedoes that we've seen on the likes of like Tirpitz, Brandenburg, Odin, those kind of ships. No, because the Schlieffen in particular has 13-kilometer Elbing torpedoes. Elbing torpedoes are, of course, very slow, and the Schlieffen's torpedoes are very slow, but they have long range and they hit very hard. The same is true of the other higher tier German battlecruisers on the PC line, the Ruprecht at Tier 9, which would probably be our Tier 8, and the Zeton, or Zeiten, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, at Tier 8, which would probably be our Tier 7. I think they have 10 or 12 kilometer range on their torpedoes, also exceptionally slow, but they hit hard. And let's be real, if you're going to get into a brawl with these things, the speed on the torpedoes doesn't really matter at brawling ranges. The guns on this German battlecruiser line are more accurate than the guns on the main battleship line, although there are generally few of them. The Schlieffen itself only has 8, and I don't think any other ships on the line have more than that. But they are more accurate than the main line of German battleships. That doesn't mean they're always reliable, though. They still are German battleship guns. But even if the guns aren't reliable, one thing is the secondaries. And that Ohio, I think, in front of us? Yeah. Well, that's our second close quarters expert in this game. These secondaries are fantastic. They have long range. And now that the FDG has the quarter pen on its secondaries, I'm really, really hopeful the German battlecruiser line will as well. And then beyond the secondaries, they have excellent concealment. The Schlieffen's concealment, when you build for it, is only 0.1 kilometers more than its secondary range. I don't know if the ranges between the concealment and the secondaries are as close on the ships lower down the line, but these ships have fantastic concealment for battleships, and you really do need to make use of that concealment because the armor just isn't strong enough to stand up to much fire at all. If you can guarantee a 1v1 fight with other battleships in these German battlecruisers, then these things are capable of ripping other battleships apart with their secondaries, their torpedoes, and their main guns. But they really put the cruiser in the battlecruiser moniker. These are not battleships that can blunt force their way into the thick of the action like the mainline German battleship can. They don't have the turtleback, they just can't stand up to the firepower. You can certainly never give broadside in them without being thoroughly punished for it. But I think all of this adds up together to make them an incredibly unique experience in terms of battleship play. There's nothing else quite like them, and I am so very excited that they're going to be coming to Legends. I don't know exactly when they're going to come. Don't think that's been confirmed. Hopefully, it's going to be as soon as the next update. And if it is, you can bet we are going to cover them, but we're going to cover them without having to use PC footage to do it. I just wanted to sort of give you an idea of what to expect. Keep in mind, this is all speculation in the end on my part, so take it with a grain of salt. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.